Hey, how are you? Noxis Flak here, and welcome to another Noxis Flak review. This is my second one. I don't think the first one went very well, but let me know in the comments below. This one's going to be Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. I have played through all of the campaigns or the story modes. Blood, Ice, and Steel with the Black family. I have played through Fire and Shadow, which was the worst one by far. And I know this says 64%, and you actually have to play as Japan in order to unlock this completed Chinese playthrough, which you then need to complete in order to unlock this completed India playthrough. I don't know, it's a weird glitch. The videos of me playing all of these episodes are on YouTube. You tell me what happened. This is going to look bad on your review, Age of Empires. So, this will be a review. Is it worth it to get Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition if you already had the original Age of Empires game? So this was known in the beginning, but the smallest difference in graphics was going to exist between Age of Empires 3 and Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. Everyone talked about it before the game's release. And here you have it. I've got the old game on the left, I've got the new game on the right, and I mean, is it noticeable to you?
Yes.
I mean, you tell me in the comments below. I mean, yeah, the zooming lets me go in a little further, and it is clearly better. Like, I don't feel confident saying, oh yeah, this is life-changing. And I guess we're going to need to do a comparison, right? We're going to have to compare Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition to Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, aren't we? Let's talk about something else that is very much important to most, if not all, Age of Empires players: the campaigns. Age of Empires 2 continues to come out with more campaigns, more civs to play as in those new campaigns. So what does Age of Empires 3 do when we have a definitive edition? Yes, I'm literally recording this as they're talking about bringing the United States challenges in. They've made this big announcement about adding the United States. You could play as the United States after a revolution. I'm not sure how big of a change this really is, but my point about the campaign is you go to the story mode, there's Blood, Ice, and Steel from the original game, Fire and Shadow from the first expansion, and the Asian Dynasties from the third expansion. Nothing new. There is no new chapter. There's no way to change the page. That's it. The new thing was historical battles. And this wasn't horrible. I enjoyed this. This was a good addition. Got to go here. We were in Africa. We were in Russia. We were in the Caribbean. We were the French. The Battle of New Orleans. It's fine, and this is good. This isn't bad. But why didn't we? I mean, this is essentially an expansion. Why didn't we get another story mode? Pick a new location in the world that's affected by, you know, colonial times. There's plenty to find. We were in South America for a tiny blip of, I think it was Blood, Ice, and Steel, where we met Simon Bolivar. Might have been Act 2. That's not important. We could have been in South America. They were somewhat affected by colonialism, right? But then let's compare this to when I go through the campaigns in Age of Empires 2. In comparison, look at this. This is way more than 3. We've got, and it's separated by continent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in Europe. This is technically in Europe, and so is this, but getting over it. This is the historical battles that they have here in comparison to the ones in Age of Empires 3. There's so many more. I guess there's 5 here technically, and then historical battles. 2 in America. 8 in Asia. And then they just added 3 more for Western Europe. It's so many. And The Lords of the West campaign was recently released. So when it comes to campaigns, Age of Empires 2 just crushes it. Absolutely crushes it. Why couldn't we have more than one for Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition? And my guess is as good as yours, but I would say, number one, it is a different developer, actually, that made Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, and I don't know if they were limited in resources, if they knew, which is my second guess. I mean, it's not really a surprise that Age of Empires 2 is far more popular than Age of Empires 3. But let me know in the comments below, why do you think we keep getting these new and interesting and fun campaigns and civilizations in Age 2, but not Age 3? Finally, the civs. I think we already know what's going to happen here, but let's say I want to play a game and I want to choose between any civ. They added a few, right? They changed the name of some of the native peoples to be more accurate. That's nice. I liked that. And they added the Swedes, not exactly a colonial powerhouse, but all right. And the Inca makes total sense. I totally get why that's there. Would have been cool if they added the Inca and, I don't know, a story about the Inca and how they dealt with the Spanish coming. That would have been awesome. But no, just we got the Inca, which again, makes sense. Certainly makes more sense than the Swedish, in my opinion. And again, all of the other countries existed if you had Age of Empires 3 and the 2 expansions from the mid-2000s. So what's the big push? Why should I get Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition? And again, I'm gonna have to compare it to Age of Empires 2. Those of you that play both of these games know what this is gonna look like. You go to single player, you're starting a game and you don't know who to play as. Look at this giant list. Look at it. Aztecs, who are also in Age of Empires 3. I like the overlapped countries, by the way. Bulgarians, new. Burgundians, new. Burmese, new, but not Definitive Edition new. I just mean new from the OG game. Incas, also in both games. Some of my ancestors over here. Like, they added so many. The Sicilians were added in Lord of the West. The Portuguese were added recently, and they're going to add more. The Mayans are here as well, which seems they're overlapping with Age of Empires 3 time period, but there's so much more variety in country type. And while I understand Age of Empires 3 has the revolutions, and there are a lot of different branch off countries that can exist, like if you're Spain and you have a revolution, you can be one of their, thousands of countries that hundreds of countries that developed from Spain and in Central and South America. And I get that, but it's not quite the same as having this just huge list. And it does make playing full random a little bit more of a risk than the handful of countries in Age of Empires 3. Alright, the conclusion. Is it worth buying Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition? Well, I'd put it this way. Are you like me? In 2005, did you go to Best Buy and buy the collector's box for Age of Empires 3 because you were such a diehard Age of Empires 2 fan that you bought that the day it came out? Then yeah, probably it's worth it to you. But did you play some Age of Empires 2, never really played this, and it's not on sale right now on Steam? Probably not. Is it on a Steam sale and you like RTSs and you're looking for a fun story? Yeah. But if you only wanted to buy one Age of Empires game, it's gotta be Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. At least for now. But I do have hope, because they did just release the United States challenges, and if they're going to keep adding new content and they eventually add another story and more civs, I could have my mind changed. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think this game's worth it? Do you like it more than Age of Empires 2? Has my bias been obvious enough to you? Let me know below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been Noxis Flak, and I will see you in the next one.